Right then, as we're getting stuck into the fallout and enjoying all of the memes as they come up about the derby yesterday, let's get into the 5 things from last night's games. And we're starting with only one place, and that is Amad Diallo. His goal was nothing short of world class. And I'm talking not the run, the touch, the composure to the finish. No. Rewind it. Let's go all the way back to the start. Let's talk from when Ugarte controls it. The touch on that is absolutely ridiculous. Then he back heels it and he sends it out towards the left. And from the attack there, and then from Martinez's, but like the entire goal, I know we're all giving it, hang it in the Louvre. Hang that goal in the Louvre. Hang that goal in the Louvre and charge $29.99 to come and view it. And I am there in a queue. I might even get a VIP wristband. I want to watch it again. Oh my God. In terms of Amad, he's absolutely growing before our eyes. He's delivering in big games. He's delivering consistent performances. The thing that's always stood out with him to me is his decision making. He makes the right decisions at the right times. That's a very hard thing to teach. That takes, people always got an old head. That's what they mean. He means he makes good decisions, really. That's what they're distilling it down to. He makes great decisions, but he gets involved with duels, and he's got this little engine in him. Like, he's a little Carlos Tevez. Like, all he wants to do is just win the ball back off people. Like, there's some traits in him that are setting him up to be absolutely sensational. And the fact that he's delivering goals, he's delivering assists, he's delivering, he wins the penalty. Like, his head is screwed on. He's an intelligent footballer. He's a hard-working footballer. Like, and the fact he's about 5'2" and he's winning headers all over the gaff. It's just, what is there not to like about him? Brilliant. Number 2, back 3, brilliant. De Ligt, Maguire, Martinez, they were all brilliant. Haaland, apparently he played in that game yesterday. I think he had one shot, which was the one that Martinez blocked. De Ligt has probably had 2 rough games in a United shirt. Outside of that, he is physically dominant. He is great in the air. He's not quite Martinez with the ball at his feet, but he's really, he's an Ajax alumni. He's come from Bayern Munich. He's played in Juventus. Like, this is a kid that's got very high level technical ability. He's just not quite Martinez with it. Maguire performed admirably. He was physically dominant. He was winning lots of duels. Like, as a 3, that 3 really worked. And it's good to have options. Like, Maguire might not start the next game. De Ligt might not start the next game. Martinez might need a break because we've overplayed him for the entirety of his Manchester United career. Cool, not a problem. And then when you add Mazraoui can play in there as well. You can add Euro that can play in there as well. Let's not forget Johnny Evans. Let's not forget Lindelof. There's plenty of other players that can come in and do bits in that back 3. We're starting to look like we're able to compete, at least in that position. It's not the case elsewhere on the pitch. But that back 3, and not just what the back 3 provided as well. Manchester City didn't get a shot on target in the entirety of the second half at home. And I know that they're on a good run of form, but come on, right? Come on. You're missing Rodri. Okay. Why is Haaland not getting shots off? Know what I mean? I thought it was a really strong defensive performance from them, and it wasn't completely sunken back into the box as well. You could see them at all times trying to keep that line 10-15 yard out of our box, constantly squeezing and compressing the pitch. It was a wonderful defensive performance from the entire back 3. Well done. Ugarte. Now, obviously, we've talked about his touch for the goal, but there is a serious value in a man that just comes in, does his job, and fucks off home again. His off-the-ball intensity and tenacity is unrivaled. And in a team that's got quite a low sort of physical floor, the likes of Ugarte, the way he presses and chases after stuff, and Amad, the way he chases and presses after stuff, is very noticeable. He's very underrated in terms of on-the-ball ability as well. He brings bite, attitude, tenacity, and quality to the centre of the park. I think he's stepped up at least, a level since Amorim's come in. Maybe feels like a little bit more comfortable with a familiar face. Maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable with the role that he's being asked to perform. But, a few weeks ago when it wasn't necessarily certain he would play, we did say, I think when you go to places like the Etihad, the Emirates, he'll be the first name on a team sheet, and I think he will be the first name on a team sheet in those games. And I can't wait to see him in more of those games. He's been fantastic, and his ability to just do the right thing, keep the ball, very much needed in a team that wasn't good at doing that. Let alone how he's able to win the ball back the way he's won the ball back. It's that time of year again. It's the holidays. The lights are twinkling. The food is everywhere. And Anne Brenda is definitely going to ask why you're still single. But this year, I'm ready. You're ready. Not with excuses, but with the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra by Manscaped. It is the secret weapon for surviving the season. Now, first up, you've got the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This thing's an absolute beast. It's precise, it is smooth, and it's not going to leave you looking like you trimmed yourself with a rusty spoon. Now, whether it's for a date night, it's for the office party, or if it's for not terrifying grandma at Christmas dinner, it gets the job done. No nicks, no stress, just results. Let's talk about nose hairs, because, you know, I'm getting on in my years, and nose hair has started creeping up a little bit on me. You know, it used to be like once a decade, now it's like twice a month that you have to trim that. Nobody wants to be that guy at the table with the holly jolly forest sticking out of their nose. Now listen, enter the Weed Whacker 2.0, your holiday hero for staying sharp and staying polished. And after you're done with the heavy lifting, treat your decorations to some TLC. The Crop Soother Ball Aftershave and a Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, because you deserve to be fresh and comfortable when you've been slaying all day. And when it comes to these, the Boxers 2.0 Bravo, hands down the comfiest boxers that I own, and the Slick Shed 2.0 toiletry bag to keep everything organised. Free gifts? Count me in. So, don't be the scruffy solo family member this year. Be the one who shows up confident, polished, and maybe even takes the top spot in the sibling rankings. Go to manscaped.com, use the code Howson, that's HOWSON, get 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping. Trust me, the best gift you can give yourself or somebody else. Now go out there and win the holidays. Rashford and Garnacho. Now, obviously something's happened. It's not my place to put it out there. And, you know, I live in Manchester. I've been a United fan since I was born. And I know a lot of people in, around, involved with the club and that sort of stuff, and know a handful of the players and this, that and the other. I don't get the leaks. I am not the leak. And nor would I put stuff out there. I can't believe the MEN actually put out what the 11 was going to be the night before the derby. That's ridiculous. Like, that's treasonous. And it was accurate. Like, you know, that individual's been banned from press conference recently. He needs to be banned permanently. It's fucking disgrace. If the club asked, I'd tell them, because I'm a United fan first. I don't think that individual would tell people. But they should. If they want to come in press conferences, you got to play the fucking game, right? Now, I said on the video yesterday with Jay, I didn't actually say which player of the two. I think there's two things that have happened here. I think what happened with one of the players will come out. I'm sure of it. I ain't putting it out there. I don't really want it out there. It's not a good look. But I have been sent it not just by people, like my uncle sent it me. It was about the 15th text that I got on the subject. So if he's a truck driver, if the truck drivers know what's going on, the fucking city knows what's going on. You know, and there's a lot of things like this that happen. Players do not get away with anything. You know, people might not immediately put it in the newspaper and it might not immediately end up on social media, but you're very naive to think that living and working in this city, that things don't get around, right? I'm not Fergie. Fergie knew where every single one of his players was at all times, all weekend, right? I'm obviously not Fergie and I don't have them level of connections. But when things like this happen, you better believe that the city knows about it. You know, when there was different journalists I was talking to yesterday, before kickoff, everyone knew what had happened. Which is why when I did the video with Jay afterwards, I didn't want to talk about it. Jay just sort of brought it up on there. I think it'll come out today. I would expect one of the newspapers runs it today. I would just expect that, because there's way too much floating around about it. So stay tuned. And then finally, Amorim. I thought he performed fantastic, dealing with the Rashford Garnacho situation. I think they're both our top scorers at the moment. Just going, yeah, whatever. Not even part of the squad. Take some big swingers to do that. And there's going to be ups and downs, but I think I can see that he's made us more defensively solid, and he's made us go to the Emirates and the Etihad and take the ball. I think that's huge, that we've gone to those places and we've taken the ball. We've not been afraid to take the ball. We've not been afraid to play football. And even though we haven't created as much as I would like us to in either of those games, you can see what we're trying to do. You can see some level of identity, and we are definitely defensively more solid. We are not conceding anywhere near as much from open play. We are not conceding chances like we were last season, obviously, and it's not as bad this season, but still. And I think, look, Dalot's not having a good time of it at the moment, and I'll touch on that in player ratings a little bit later on today. He's not been having a good time of it under Amorim, which is weird because I actually thought he would take to it really well. But I think a couple of signings and a couple of sales, and I think this guy might really start to turn the corner. Let's hope he does. We get more nights like we got last night, because that was awesome, wasn't it? That's what we watch it for. Boring game, wasn't it? It was one of the most boring derbies I've seen in a long time. And then, penalty. I just had a feeling. After the penalty, do you know what? I think we're going to get one more chance here. Can we be clinical? Can we put it away? And we took the ball, and we played good football, and we've sent one into the right kind of area. And the touch from Ahmad is of Cantona himself. And the finish, the arrogance, the audacity, the quality. And the little fucker loves playing for Manchester United. And I love him playing for Manchester United. So I'm all about that. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out everyone that's recently joined on Patreon and on YouTube memberships. If you want to come and join, hit the join button below. Help support the channel. We are going to be doing lots of in-person stuff this year. Next year, 2025. I'm in 2025 planning mode. That much I think it's already here. And I'm doing a vlog behind the scenes on a shoot that I'm on this week with possibly one of the most deadly men on earth. Is all I can say. And he's a mate. And he might be in a category of one when it comes to close quarter battle, shooting, that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in that sort of shit, behind the scenes of that, come and join the Patreon or join YouTube memberships, whichever one you prefer. Hit join or hit the link for Patreon. And I'll see you over there. There's loads of extra content, and tickets for some of the live stuff that we're going to do is only going to go out on there. So if you're interested, want to support the channel a little bit more, banging little community growing on both, I'll see you over there. Otherwise, take it easy. See you in the next one. Laters.
Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.